Hey everyone, Dash Attack here. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of the topic, I do have to talk about myself for a minute for those who don't follow this channel. So I want to be very low-key as possible, as I do have family members sub to this channel, though they don't really watch my content too much. But about a year or so ago, I came to the terms with the fact that although I really like women, I may not, in fact, be straight. So that's all I'm going to say on that, because it's a topic. It's a topic, and this video isn't about me. But since there are definitely going to be people who are going to accuse me of being, an ist or a phobe because of my views on pride and pride paraphernalia in general, or just even how I conduct myself. That's why I feel the need to inform these people that not only are you wrong, but even if you say I am, even though what I just told you about myself, it still doesn't matter. None of it matters because I know who I am and you can't brand me. Anyways, we're getting into the main topic. So Xbox, out of all the gaming companies, pretty much mandates every brand except Doom for some reason. Gee, I wonder why. Goes all in on Pride Month every year, even as others are scaling it back. And now, I have nothing against people that like the flag or anything, but it's just the corporate over celebration, and especially these new variants. They're just fully loaded and political. Like, this is supposed to be a pirate fantasy game, yet like Rare's Sea of Thieves adds this and they make a big announcement about it. Here, we'll scroll in. Look how ugly these characters look. This one has like freaking makeup on. Like, they couldn't make these characters look more like stereotypical. This guy looks like he's having sex with a chicken.
Stop that! Stop it! Stop it!
Anyway, so this user, Discord, who identifies as a classic liberal free speech person, calmly wrote, "I'm no longer interested in playing Sea of Thieves anymore, as the sweats will be flying this instead of the rainbow one. Plus, I play SOT to get away from culture war BS online. Now you have to force political flags into the game." So he's not complaining about pride flags being in the game. He's complaining that they're going to be flying this flag, the ugly one. And what do you know? He immediately got blocked. Well, fuck you too. How dare someone who's been playing your game since beta give negative feedback about your line alienating the game? Worst mistake you've made was making it live service. Wow. Crazy, huh? Let me be clear. This was a very respectful message. Okay, it was very down to earth. They did not need to block him. They did it anyway. Why? Because their social media manager is probably just some Karen who just sees any criticism of agenda pushing as bigotry. So, block. Oh, you played our game for years? Block. It's so sad what like Microsoft does, like when they absorb a company. Rare made some of the greatest games on N64. They were the kings. At least some people seem to be all on board on this. Probably because they blocked "Why is politics in the game?" Probably blocked a lot of the criticism comments, and I'm sure there's like some comments that go way overboard, but this is Don't forget to make posts about mental health awareness as well, considering it's June. Lol. Want to see what the responses he got. Okay, this is funny. This is actually funny because there were a bunch of YouTubers saying that Chuds won, that the companies weren't doing Pride Month anymore, and that was proven wrong. It was, and I called it. I called that shit. I'll link that video at the very end. But, yeah. I don't know. It's just crazy that you'll just ban players, like knowing that this is going to divide people. You know, it's the antithesis of like gaming. You want as many people to play your game as possible. Fostering and keeping your game alive should be above any agenda, but that's not the case with Xbox. It never is. Valve is, I mean, Rare is like a shell of its former self. And, you know, like they have to do this because their bosses say they have to put shit like this in the game. Even though it's supposed to be a pirate game set in pirate times. Still can't get over how creepy that her face is. Chicken fucking too. Also want to point out the hypocrisy. Everyone is welcome on the Sea of Thieves. Apparently not. This person is not homophobic, and yet he got blocked just for criticizing which pride flag you decided to add in the game. Okay, so clearly not everyone is welcomed in the Sea of Thieves. Okay, I hate, like, you know, when they say X is for everyone, except for Dagger, you know, except for Chuds. It's so hypocritical. I mean, you refuse to put IRL country flags in because you don't want it to be political, yet you add the only flag that is entirely political, and go further by letting players in countries that have gay rights by said flag. Yeah, like that flag won't be in the Middle Eastern version. You know, this really is like the shittiest thing you can do to a longtime player. And it just reeks of just everything that's killing gaming, that they ban someone for even like just voicing their opinion this respectfully. He wasn't being like a troll. He wasn't being like super nasty or anything like that. He was being like very civil, and they still fucking blocked him. It's terrible. But yeah, Xbox needs to get over themselves. They are in last place for a reason, because they're not focused on fucking gaming. Anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm Dash Attack. I'll see you next time.